The pond had grown quiet. Once, the water rang with 1,000 voices, dragonflies skimming silver notes across the surface, bullfrogs drumming low and proud, spring peepers stitching the night with bright needles of sound. But season after season, the chorus thinned. Roads crept closer. Lights bled into the dark. One by one, the singers vanished or fell silent, until only old Croaker remained, an ancient green frog with a throat patched gray from too many lonely years. Croaker no longer bothered to call. What was the point when no one answered? One late summer evening, heavy with the smell of coming rain, he drifted along the reedy edge, half asleep on a lily pad. A breeze stirred the cattails, and beneath their rustle he heard something impossible, a single clear note, pure as dew, rising from the forest beyond the pond. He froze. The note came again, soft, deliberate, like someone testing a flute made of moonlight. Then another joined it, weaving underneath. Then a third, higher, laughing. Croaker's heart, which had forgotten how to leap, slammed against his ribs. Music, real music, not the mechanical bleat of distant cars or the harsh croak of crows, but something alive and secret and meant only for the dark green heart of the world. He left the pad without thinking and swam for shore. Mud sucked at his feet as he climbed the bank. Thorns snatched his skin. He did not care. The melody pulled him the way the moon pulls the tide. Deeper into the forest he went, past trunks older than any frog's memory, under arches of fern and hanging moss. The air grew cooler, richer, tasting of mushrooms and rain held in leaves for 100 years. Fireflies drifted like slow lanterns, and still the music grew, flutes of wind and hollow logs, bells of dripping water, the low thrum of roots drinking starlight. It was not one creature singing. It was the forest itself, remembering its own voice. Croaker's legs trembled. He had never walked this far from water. His skin felt tight and dry, but he could not stop. The path narrowed to almost nothing, then opened into a tiny clearing no wider than a dinner plate. There, in a pool of moonlight on a fallen oak, moss-covered log, sat the source. It was only a small brown reed, half buried in moss. When the breeze touched it, the hollow stem sang, a single, perfect note. Then the breeze shifted, and the note changed, sliding into its neighbor, and the moss itself seemed to hum in answer. The clearing held its breath with him. Croaker stared, throat working, though no sound came out. All his life he had floated on the surface of things, croaking the same 3 notes every spring, never guessing there was a deeper song, one the forest had kept hidden until every other voice was gone. He climbed the log with aching slowness. When he reached the reed, he pressed his chest against it, feeling the faint vibration travel through his bones like a heartbeat not his own. And then, for the first time in years, Croaker sang, not the proud bellow of youth, but something small and cracked and true, a single low, steady note that rose from the hollow place grief had carved inside him. The reed caught it, shaped it, sent it back brighter. The moss shimmered. Fireflies swirled tighter. Somewhere far off, a night bird answered. He sang until his throat burned and his skin began to shrivel. He sang every silence he had carried, every empty evening on the pond, every friend who never returned in spring. When the moon slid behind the cloud and the clearing went dark, he kept singing, trusting the reed to hold the note when his own voice failed. Dawn found him still there, smaller now, almost translucent, but smiling the way only frogs can when their whole soul is showing. The pond, when he finally limped home, was no longer quiet. Tiny voices piped from every corner. New frogs, young frogs, drawn across miles of dangerous land by a song they could not name but could not ignore. They filled the water with bright silver threads of sound, and old Croaker floated among them, eyes half closed, listening to an echo that was not an echo at all. Somewhere deep in the forest, a reed in a moonlit clearing waited for the next night breeze, and the hidden melody, older than roads, older than sorrow, played on.